I'm going to show you how to read a correlation table. This is table 4 and it is labeled correlation among pre-laptop emotion constructs and pre-laptop computer attitudes. And what I did in this study is I asked students in a Likert scale their affective attitudes towards computers. The negative ones where they didn't like using computers, and the positive ones where they did like using them. I also asked them about their cognitive attitudes with respect to student and teacher use. Cognitive being more thinking attitudes like you should use computers, teachers should use them more, students should use them more, those kinds of items. I also looked at self-efficacy, or one's confidence in using computers, and behavior attitudes, which you may not have heard of, one's intentions to use computers in the future. So those are my attitude scale constructs. And then I also asked students when they were learning a software package, how often did they get angry or frustrated or upset, perhaps anxious? How often were they happy or feeling good about themselves? And how often did they feel sad or disheartened? And what I did is I correlated these two. And so we have here angry, and it's kind of like a little table. You read this, so it's affective, negative attitudes, and the correlation with being angry while learning with a computer. Now these are negative attitudes, and so you would expect them to correlate positively with being angry. So if I don't like computers, I probably will be somewhat angry, or negative anyway, when I'm learning a computer software package. So the correlation is 0.49, which is actually pretty high in educational research. We see them, as you'll see, some lower ones here. And then if you look at the 3 stars there, that's p less than 0.001. It's a two-tailed test, so that is a significant correlation. Let's take another one. It's sort of like just a little matrix here. So we have, I don't know, anxious, being anxious. So if I get anxious, that's actually negatively correlated. You see, I'm just going across here, and you see negative 0.32. So what this means is that the more people that are anxious have a negative score on the being positive about computers. So if I'm a positive person about computers, I'm probably less anxious. Some people might say this is inversely correlated. All right, so this is a negative correlation. As the positive attitudes go up, the anxiety goes down. Or you could say as the anxiety goes up, the positive attitudes go down. Okay, this is also significant, and it's 0.001, but it's a much smaller correlation, so that relationship is a little bit smaller. And that's how you actually read a correlation table. You take a look and you say, oh, what's the correlation between sadness and self-efficacy? Oh, that's interesting. So the more confident I am in using computers, the less sad I am. Or the more sad I am, the less confident I am in using computers. And that correlation is 0.35. So those are correlations in a table, and to read them, you just line up the specific construct with another construct and then read the correlation. If there's some stars beside it, that means that there's significance, and you can take a look at how significant those values are.